Hey, definitely want to welcome y'all tonight. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to learn, we're going to learn to earn, right? So what we're going to talk about tonight is something that I think is super important for us because what we're in the business of is definitely helping people with their credit, helping people, increase that. So, and also helping ourselves. So we got to have some kind of better understanding of credit, and it's not. I'm not going to go into super detail, but I just want to let you know you have a good overview of how credit works, how to read a report, and things of that nature. And so you also so you can recommend some things. You know, a lot of times when you are that person, you want to be the expert. So you want to definitely get that done and sound. And the more you do learn about the subject that you're speaking of, guys, the more posture you're going to have, the more you're going to come across as a person that your customer's going to, go to for that information. The reason why when you're sick, you go to the doctor because you have confidence that they're going to assist you in getting better. So you want to be that person that, who's in financial turmoil. You want to be that person that people go to. And so you got to learn this information and also be the expert. So my name is Jamal Payne. I'm what we like to call an ambassador in this wonderful platform. It's a blessing to be able to help people become successful with their credit. Been blessed to help a lot of people get 120 plus point increases with their credit. But one thing that I did early on, which propelled me to top of the leaderboard, it wasn't always my work ethic, is what I knew as well. It's what conversations I knew to have when speaking with people. I always made sure I was the expert, that I knew something more than what the person who I was speaking with knew. Why? Because people will pay for the expert. So definitely going to get into this training real quick. Guys, definitely a lot of high energy. So if you want to learn something more about credit, how to increase your sales by getting more customers, drop some fire in the chat and we're definitely going to get this thing started.
Fire.
So look, again, first thing we're gonna go over is credit. What is credit? What does it do? So credit is basically your report card, right? Credit is what, when you go, you go borrow something, you go lend, you don't have the money, you don't have the cash up front, you need that good credit score that's going to put you in a position of success to where you can get those things that you are actually looking to make happen, either whether it be a car, a home, whatever. It's very hard to have, $250,000 in cash, but if your credit score is where it needs to be, you can get that money borrowed at a pretty inexpensive rate. But what I want to go with first is what, these credit bureaus. We hear a lot about the credit bureaus, what they are, what they're not. One thing that I do want to let you know what they're not, they are not the government. Credit bureaus are a for-profit organizations that are there to report your credit info, to report your report card, your adult report card, for how well you've been paying your bills, for how well you've been, how well you, basically what's your risk factor for let me lend you money, right? We want to know how risky you are and me lending you, $500,000. What's the percentage that you're going to pay that back? Because if you got a really bad credit score, the percentage that you're going to pay that back is super low. So I got to report that accordingly, give you a higher interest rate so I can recoup my money a little faster because you're a little more risky, right? So what happens is, you got these creditors, people who need the applications for jobs or for certain things that they're doing, debt collectors. What they do is they'll send out a request from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and in turn, they'll go in, return it back to them, send that report back, guys. And so, like, one thing that you got to understand is that, these people are not against you, but they're also not with you, right? So they're just there to report the facts. So we want to get to the position where we let, our customers know what this is all about. Now, a lot of times I do want to educate you because a lot of times you come into these situations to where you see a credit score for a certain person, right? So you go through, you look at your TransUnion, you go through, you look at your Equifax, you look at your Experian, you be like, dang, they all different scores, right? You got a 650 from Experian, you got a 700 in Equifax, and you got a 580 in TransUnion. Because different by law, a creditor or a debt does not have to be reported to all the credit bureaus, right? So that all I got to do is send it to one credit bureau. So different information will be on different things. So everybody doesn't have the same information. But what we go with off of traditionally is the FICO credit score, which most debts, which most banks, which most lenders look at, and then, you know, the credit, and that's a big thing as well, which I'll get into. Also, you know, what I like to go over is that there are also other credit reporting agencies that these big three actually get a lot of their information from. And what I have here is just several of those with the names to the reporting agencies to the left. But what are they looking for? What are they usually being used for? What information are they collecting to the right? Why is this important, right? So let's just say you got somebody, you know, for auto insurance history, you know, and they've had bad auto period. LexisNexis keeps control of a lot of auto repossessions, things like that. LexisNexis keeps that in there, right? So if you got somebody that has a, you know, repossession on their credit report, right? A lot of times it's going to come from LexisNexis, and it's going to be reported to those upper bureaus because they don't have enough time, enough resources to have every single bit of information. So what they do is they pay somebody, these lower, you know, these lower agencies, to give them the information on certain things. They report it, and then they send it to the person and charge a little more for it and get paid. So when we're doing these things, we got to understand, you know, something's not going off of somebody's credit report. There's an issue with it. You know, where is it coming from? Where's it being generated from? And start at that source to get those things removed. So for somebody's credit report. So guys, definitely want to understand that this is not just the top three, it's several others as well. And one thing I do want to go over, because a lot of times we're going to ask people to pull out their, you know, their credit score, right? And they're going to see things that's different from everything else. So a lot of people go to Credit Karma, right? And they're like, my Credit Karma, we usually say, you know, Credit Karma is wrong. Credit Karma is wrong. Credit Karma is not wrong. It's just a different way of looking at the same information. So there are two main things that are used to calculate somebody's credit score. One is going to be your Vantage score. One is going to be your FICO score, right? Your FICO score, Fair Isaac, you know, that's what that comes from, right? So it ranges between 300 and 850, just like the Vantage score, which is actually made by the credit bureaus, you know, as something that they made to track credit reports to kind of combat the FICO credit score because that had issues that they didn't really care for. Both of them provide an easy to read score on millions of consumers. Both are used and can give you great detail on what's going on with your credit report, right? You know, the difference is one was developed by the three major credit bureaus, and it can analyze thin minimal information in credit files, right? This was, the FICO was developed by the Fair Isaac company, and it has different models. So it can be some variations when you see your FICO score. It all depends on, you know, where they're pulling it from, you know, what information is coming from where, and it can be some slight discrepancies in there. But also what you want to see is right here is, you know, kind of how that's calculated and how that can be, because when people are going to ask you, why is my credit score different here when I'm looking at Credit Karma from what it is on my FICO score, right? You want to, it's good to be able to know that information again, because why? You're going to be the expert, right? You're going to be the one that's going to let them know, okay, and you're going to say it with posture and confidence. Why? Because now you got the information, right? So the payment history, 32% in the Vantage, for the FICO, 35%. Utilization is not even calculated, guys. Utilization is not, I'm sorry, did I mess that? Yeah, utilization is not even calculated on here, but balance is 15%, depth of credit 13, recent credit 10, and available credit 7%. What you have right here for the FICO score, you know, you got 35% is the payment history, 15% length of history, 30% amount owed, 10% types of credit, and 10% new credit. We go over this when we do our presentations, right? So your payment history is how often you have a positive payment to a negative payment, right? So when somebody has a negative payment in their credit report, right, they go through and they don't have a payment, guys, one bad payment can obsolete 3 positive payments. So guys, that's saying, so you had a string of where you had great credit the whole year, 12 months straight, you had great, you was making your payment, you was making your payment, you was making your payment, right? You get behind, you miss 3 payments. You've knocked out 9 payments that you made, and your credit score on 35% of your payment history, you literally has dropped your score significantly off only missing 3 payments, right? Length of credit is super important, you know, but that's really hard to build. So that's why, you know, and another thing that you can read with this is once you see these things, you can determine how you're going to help your customer out even more by understanding how these things are broken down, right? So length of credit, you know, it takes the average of your credit. So let's just say you start when you're 18, you start getting cards. You start getting cards by the time you're 25. You know, that credit, that length of credit is now 7 years. But let's just say at 25, you go out and you go get another card, right? You get another credit card. That's averaged into that whole other group, and that could drop your score down, right? So you got to understand the importance. And to me, like when we do like offer credit, my rent and things like that, you go and look at somebody's score and they got a seven plus credit history. You really got to determine how significant it is to offer this, because you could be doing them more danger than doing them more positive, because that gets added in. So you want to be aware of these things, what the credit history is, you know, but also, you know, the positive payments are going to be a good thing. But if they have 100% positive payment history, you know, what are you going to do? You know, is it going to hurt them or help them? So you got to know these things and what you're offering, because you could be hurting yourself. And as far as helping somebody with their credit, and you could be hurting them. So what types of credit are there? You know, we got to understand that. You got your revolving, you know, credit, which is your credit cards, right? They go on, they keep going. You can get a credit card from when you're 18 all the way up to the time that you die, right? You can use the same credit card. There's no termination date, right? And then the other type is the ones that do terminate, like your student loans, like when you go get a furniture, right? You have a certain term that you're going to pay this over a period of time. Your car, you know, 72-month loan, you know, 60-month loan. These are all that you pay for a certain amount of time, then it terminates, right? So you want to have a good mix of those things to put yourself in a position of success, to get that credit score up. Guys, these are just things that you can talk to your customers about, to be that expert. And new credit, that's those, you know, those are when you actually your inquiries, your hard inquiries, right? And what we like to say is, if they ask you for your social, odds are it's going to be a hard inquiry. So guys, you want to make sure that they not, you know, adding additional inquiries, especially while you're doing the first initial part of the credit repair process. You don't want to add any extra inquiries on there, because that could really damage what we got going on to get that credit score where we need to be and put them in a position of success. And then lastly, one thing I want to show you at the end right here is kind of how the difference is when you are going to see this on Credit Karma, that you're going to see what's considered fair and what's not considered, you know, good, and the way it's reporting are different depending on whether it's a FICO or a Vantage score, right? So somebody comes in and these are all buckets, right? These are all buckets that people get kind of addressed in. So somebody, for the most part, it's not really a big difference when somebody has a FICO score of an 820 and 850, right? They're kind of in the same bucket. They're going to get put in that same area and going to get really, really similar results, right? Now, if you go further down to 740 and 799, again, similar bucket, right? So somebody's trying to get to a 740, like I can get you to a 780. You're really not doing them much good. You want to get them to that 800, you know, and get to that point. So these are all buckets that when lenders are looking at it, this is what's going to be based on what percentage and what interest rate they're going to give you to be successful, right? So with the Vantage score, again, they're off slightly. So you always got to understand what are they taking this from? Where is the lenders taking this from? When somebody says, you know, I got declined for a home, you know, okay, well, you know, a lot of things, information, you know, you want to know, well, I had a 680 credit score. Well, where'd you see that 680 credit score? Did you see that 680 credit score on Credit Karma? Were they pulling your FICO? These are all things that you want to ask and be informing them about, because why, again, people pay for the expert. And it's good to know for your own personal credit as well. So I did want to go over that real quick. And then I'm going to go into reviewing Credit Karma real quick. Give me 1 second. Does anybody have any questions just on that process right there that I just went over while I'm getting to this? Does anybody got any questions? All right, cool. So look, when we are actually, talking to a customer, one of the things that you want to get them to pull up is their report card, guys. You don't want to take the word of the person who is, coming to you. A doctor's when a doctor comes on and, you know, you're getting evaluated for a medical condition, no matter what it is, they're going to make a whole list and want to see that, you know, that report. They want to see what's going on with you. They're not going to trust your word of mouth. Oh man, you could have been drinking that night and, be super inebriated and you got to have a procedure, but your blood's thin because you've been drunk. They're not going to take the word of you. We got to do the test. We got to figure this out. And this is going to be a report card for what your tests are from what's going on with your client's credit. So you want to ask for this. You want to upfront, hey, look, hey, pull up your credit card. Let me take a look at it so we can evaluate and understand truly what's going on with your credit, right? So go in, have them pull up Credit Karma. I send them, they can send me screenshots, or even we can walk through it together, or, give me a login and password. There's really no secure information that's on here. So you just go in, as you can see, you're just going to see information. So let's start with Equifax. We come in here, take a look. It's going to tell you how the credit score is going. You know what I mean? Help to get a credit score where it needs to be. But also what you want to do is come down here. This is really going to break down to you how we're going to positively impact that credit score, right? The payment history, 89%. So you can click on the details, right? So, she got two late payments that are missing in the whole report. 98% still not bad, but that's still 35% of her credit score, right? So if we can get those late payments forgiven, do that whole process to get those taken off, that's going to be 100%. That's a few extra points. And a few extra points at the highest rate can make a big difference in somebody's credit score. Her usage rate, guys, you want to be able to see this? Okay, so now her usage rate is high, right? So we want to go in and say, okay, well, we need to figure out a way to get your usage rate at a good, either we need to lower it or we need to increase it. What I like to tell people is you got two options to your usage rate, right? Do you have the money right now where we can break that down to at least below 50%? Because that's going to drop her into another bucket that's going to increase her credit score. So can we get that below that? No, I ain't got that money. I just don't have it. All right, cool. First, let's get you on the budgeting tool and the debt reduction calculator so we can plug that in, which Ms. Latoya will go over later part of the services, so we can plug in that information and get that down as fast as possible in the most efficient way. But honestly, also tell my customers, if they do have a high utilization rate and it works really well, hey, how long you been with this bank for? I've been with it for 2 or 3 years. I done had this credit card 3 or 4 years. Hey man, give them a call. Tell them you about to make you about to make another purchase and ask, can you have another a raise on your limit? Can you get your limit increased, right? Because if you get that limit increase right now, it's at $2,550. If you get that increased, the $5,000, maybe get it increased to $6,000, without her ever paying a dime, her utilization rate just dropped to 33%. So, and when you go to a bank and you express, I'm ready to make a big purchase. I want to do it through you. Can you up my limit? As you see, her payment history is good. A lot of times they're going to do that. It's a quick way without doing extra, giving money that they don't have to get their credit score. Guys, good wins. We're trying to keep that retention. We want our customers to stay on and be happy. So if you can find good ways to get those quick wins, good wins in, it's going to create that customer loyalty as well. And you come off as the expert. So again, they're going to recommend more people to you so you can get that credit repaired as well. Derogatory remarks, she doesn't have any. These are going to be collections, tax liens, bankruptcies, civil judgments, and things of that nature. You can click on that. It's going to show you the report of those things, guys. And then when you show that, as you are, we're going to dispute all those negative items. You know what I mean? So we're going to dispute everything. It's going to show you what's there. So, you can highlight the credit restoration process and how it's going to affect them. And like I said, the credit age, she has a 3.2. So you got to evaluate that. Do I really want to put her into a position where the credit my rent, is it going to do her any good? Where she already got a great payment history. She already got, a medium impact on her positivity. It's only going to backdate 2 years. Is this going to be something that's a value for her? You got total accounts and hard inquiries. We can get those hard inquiries removed as well. Again, it's a low impact, but when you're trying to get things done, it's going to put you in any points count, right? In having a conversation, all these points are also going to help you close that client if you come off as the expert, right? So this is how you kind of read Credit Karma as well. Again, it's going to have this. It's going to the TransUnion, and it's going to have the Equifax side. Same thing. Go to both. And again, it's going to be viewed. Different information will be viewed in different ways, right? So that's what I went over before. One is 60% for her credit usage, but she go to TransUnion, it's 80%. Something in here is being calculated differently that's not in the other one. So because everybody doesn't have to report to all of them. So you can see that right here, right? So again, you want to get in there, give them information and details for them to be successful with it. So again, you can get that close, come off as the expert, give you ammunition to make sure you can make this happen, and they will pay for your expertise. So that's just all I wanted to go over right now on this side. I'm gonna introduce a lady who has truly come on, been a rock star. Is Credit Karma free? Yes, Credit Karma is free, but you can also pull a regular credit report as well. But yeah, Credit Karma is free. But yeah, so I'm gonna introduce a young lady who is truly a rock star in this business, truly been on and been leading her team to success. I mean, she's motivated, educated, and determined. I mean, if I want to bet on anybody that's hitting that top, this is this lady right here, because she is the truth, guys. That's why they call her the truth. So, ma'am, regional, what's it called? Regional Elite, Miss Latoya Joseph Lewis. Have you made it on a call today?
I have. Thank you so much, Mr. Ambassador Jamal Payne. I appreciate you. I appreciate you greatly. Yeah, I'm struggling with the names too, guys. So just so you know, this is real. This is real. We're getting adjusted, just like you're getting adjusted to the name changes, right? So what I'm going to talk about, we're going to deep dive. We're going to deep dive into our UCESPP services, our United Credit Educational Services. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Hold on. Let's see. Perfect. So we are going to deep dive. So we know this is our core products. We're going to explore the deep. One thing I realized with speaking to different agents, honestly, even customers, more so customers, but it's the agents that's our job is to share the information, right? But before we can share it, we need to know it. Just from my past banking history, I can tell you that when a client has more invested in a company and more invested with their person, with that agent, with the person that enrolled them, their sponsor, they're going to be less likely to leave. So what we're going to do in just a moment, we're going to go over that. And here I actually have a couple of stats. You know, a customer with one product, honestly, they're 30% emotionally invested and are likely to stay. One product. So I'm saying that to say, imagine if all we're doing is talking about just credit repair. Remember, credit repair itself, I know we've mentioned it before, it's amazing. Yes, we understand. But how many of us have retractions? How many of us have clients that just can't pay the bill, and for some reason, they don't necessarily see the importance of having good credit? Remember, they didn't value credit before. We were never taught this, right? So to actually say, hey, yeah, let's enroll. These are people that didn't know how to budget before. So just enrolling them without truly showing them the value of what it is that they're actually getting, it's not necessarily going to pay off for them for the long run. So they're 30% emotionally, they're only 30% emotionally invested. So 30% of those people are going to say, you know, oh yes, this is my goal. This is what I want. But what about the other people? So those that have two products. Now remember, we have 13 products. We have 13 services, 13 products. Two products will allow that person to have 60% more emotional investment, and they're likely to stay and achieve their goals. Now, 3 products, they're in. They're a believer. We got it, 90%. 90% of those people that have 3 products. And then we have 15% of customers that we don't necessarily know why they quit. It's just unforeseen circumstances. Life happens, right? And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because let's just think of things as it is in our own lives. How many of us have bank accounts at multiple places? How many of us have a bank account and you have direct deposit and you have what? You have your mortgage over there and you have a car loan. How likely, and I want everybody to think about that logically, how likely are you to leave that bank? It's the same exact thing. Remember, we're transitioning to a bank. That's why we're offering all the services, right? We have an amazing number of products, and we're going to go over that in just a moment. We have an amazing number of products. How many of us have multiple financial institutions, and we know we still would not leave the bank that we have certain things invested in? So I want you to think about that. Think about this when we go over these products. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up our website, because what's included actually goes over absolutely everything. We wanted to bring this up. We wanted to discuss this because we know that how many of us, our first response is to ask our upline. We ask our upline, just like clients tend to ask us, right? Now, imagine the customer experience when they reach out to us, but we have appointments, we have calls that we're already on, that we're already taking, and we can't necessarily drop it at the drop of a dime. We can't stop talking because our goal is to what? Enroll agents and enroll customers, right? So that's what we're doing. So when we have those customers that comes to us or call us later on, it typically means we didn't fully go over and show them the true investment and the true value of what they have now. We probably only discussed credit repair because that's what they said they wanted. They want a house, right? But imagine if that customer that said they wanted a house, now they need to learn what it means to have a house, guys. What it means to have a house. It's just not good credit, I promise you. You want to be able to save, because how are they going to furnish this house? Will they need a down payment for this house, right? Will they need a down payment? So I'm saying that to say we have a number of services here that we can help them with. Now, I brought up our what's in it for me. I'm sorry, what's included. Yeah, what's in it for me. I brought in our what's included because this is the easiest way to actually show and exemplify everything that we have with our customers from the very beginning, as well as for ourselves. So before we pick up the phone and ask our upline, before our customers have to call back and ask us, hey, what's going on with this? Or how do I do that? Or you mentioned this, but I don't see that. I don't see that. This is where we can actually read and provide the information to them when we're walking them through it, right? Which means when we're opening the account, this is part of the customer enrollment process. So we want to be able to go over certain things. What's in it for me, even if they're just curious and they hadn't enrolled yet, but we know that we're the best value out there. So if we can truly show them what's included, then they'll automatically see the value in it. So first things first, we see Rocket Lawyer. Rocket Lawyer does provide hundreds of legal documents to our customers as well as to ourselves, guys. These are customized. They will send you a detailed questionnaire. It is intense, just so you know, a detailed questionnaire on what it is that we're trying to do. Are we trying to set up our business as agents? Remember, they have the ability to assist with that. We hear about these tax deductions that we have the ability to leverage, right? But guess what? You don't have to figure that out on your own. You have it right here at your fingertips. You click on Rocket Lawyer, they have the ability to do that. How many of us have elderly parents? They have the ability to assist us with filling out the, medical power of attorney. Medical power of attorney. A lot of people didn't know that. It's just certain things we have the ability to, but we want to tell them. Clients tend to tell their story when they're enrolling. Pay attention to it. They tell us their why. They're telling us their why. Our job is to utilize the services that we have in order to build the confidence in our product and build confidence in us. Just like Jamal says, Mr. Ambassador, just like he mentioned, like we're the experts. So if we show them everything that's available from the very beginning, what is it? What else is there? Yeah, customer service plays a huge part of it, We check in on them a couple of times just to make sure they're good. But how much time would it actually have saved us from having to answer a call, outside of that? Now, mind you, I appreciate when my customers call me, honestly, because that lets me know that they believe in me. So I'll take the call. However, we do know that the same customer may also feel like, wait a minute, she didn't answer my call 2 times when I called. Yes, it was back to back, but nonetheless, you didn't answer my call. So what if we provide some of that information to them from the very beginning, right? So Rocket Lawyer, but that can help them, but it definitely can help us as agents. Now, our budgeting tool. And if you notice, absolutely everything that we have here, we have the ability to read more information on it. We have the ability to read more information on it, but our budgeting tool, it helps us understand our spending. It helps us understand our spending. It helps you understand and track exactly what it is that you do with your money. How many of us, and I know it cannot just be me, I want to see a number 2 in the chat. How many of us actually track how much you eat out in a month? I don't, but I did. Once I put it in, it was a huge reality check. It was a huge reality check. I did not track how much you spend on, and then I don't eat fast food, right? So that means I'm eating at restaurants. So that's a little bit more expensive. Now, when a person is talking to you about budgeting and saving because they want their house, their why is super, super important to them. You may want to sit down and actually go over the budget with them. Go over the budgeting tool. Tell them, be honest with yourselves. Be honest. They're not, some people, they don't want to be 100% honest. And that's a different issue, right? But they think that we can see that. I've discussed that with a couple of customers. They think we can see all the information that they're putting on their portal. Let them understand this is their private budgeting tool. Our goal is to get them on track, to keep them on track, to help them achieve their goals, help them achieve their whys. And what did I just mention before? The more someone has invested in a product, in a service, in a company, the less likely they are to leave, which means on the back end, what? Remember the residual income that we tend to get? So imagine if customers continue to stay on, right? They continue to stay with you month after month after month after month after month. That residual income looks better and better every month, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah, so this allows the customers as well as ourselves, because remember, we're customers as well. Track your process, track your progress. And a good thing about our budgeting tool, it's so user-friendly. We have the ability to actually, we have the ability to put titles in and just transfer the titles over to the next month. So as our budget adjusts, because that's the goal is to truly adjust as far as our finances are concerned, as we start paying things off and paying things better, right? Meaning pay the higher interest products first, things will tend to fall into place. That means we have more money left over. So we can put that towards something else within our budget, or we can utilize our savings tool as well. We can utilize that savings tool. Then of course we have our credit restoration. We all know that we don't personally draft those dispute letters. It's important that our clients understand we don't personally draft the dispute letters, because when they call us, they're going to say, hey, this is on my letter. How many? I know a lot of us got that before. This is on my credit report, but I don't see it on my letters. Can you take a look at my letters for me? Let them know, like, we're partnered with credit attorneys. However, we don't personally, for your safety, for your security, we want you to feel comfort in what you have and a product that you have. Comfort. You never had to give us your social security card. There's a comfort level in that. Trust me, there is. You never had to give us your debit card when you enrolled. There's a certain comfort level in that. They'll understand. No, we're going to leave that part up to the attorneys. They're the experts in that lane. But if you give me your information, I'll be more than happy to look that up for you and look at it with you. Let them let them share their information. Again, the more they actually come to you with certain things, I don't mind. You want to deepen that relationship. You want to to broaden their mindset, but you want them to be, again, emotionally invested, not just in the product, but as well as yourself. Credit builder. Now, as far as credit builder is concerned, just as Jamal mentioned, certain things we may have to, we need to be aware of when it comes to our clients, what they need, what they don't need. If someone is, they say, yes, I'm renting, but ask them, is your name on the lease? People actually have the ability, because then it kind of discredits us is when they try to enroll in the credit builder or Credit My Rent, which is a credit builder, right? When they attempt to enroll in that and someone tells them when they speak to them, oh, I'm sorry, you know what? Yeah, the rent is not in your name. So in essence, that wouldn't benefit you. It kind of discredits you as the agent that just spoke to them and referred that to them. So you want to ask the right questions along the way. Don't forget about that. Definitely want to take advantage of our secured card, another amazing credit builder. Learn what the secured card offers. Guys, the secured card is absolutely amazing. If you make a cell phone purchase using your secured card, do you realize that you have a certain amount of security on it that the card actually covers? Yeah, if you crack your screen, the card covers that. If you have to get it repaired, you're reimbursed. You're reimbursed. It's covered. But now, outside of that, yes, we get paid $25 per month for that. Well, not per month, excuse me, for a client, enrolling in the services. But did you realize that it's actually 75 volume points? I love it. 75 volume points, which means, at the end of the month, when you're looking at that volume, really what you should be looking at all month, but in the middle, typically at the end of the month when we're kind of pushing, right? Imagine reaching out to all of those customers that did not enroll in the secured card. Would that not benefit them? Would that not benefit them? Reach out to them. That might be one of your follow-ups. Make it a point to include those in your follow-ups on your Fridays. Everyone that enrolled during the week, beautiful. They're enrolled, they're taken care of. Imagine if you reached out to them to let them know, hey, I know we were speaking about this, we're working on your credit, but I have something great for you that'll definitely be able to help you. You get 75 volume points. Their credit score is going to increase in value as well because, hey, we're helping them and they're deepening the relationship. So now that's two things. So they're 60% less likely to leave because they need their credit card to help build their credit. They need the credit restoration process to remove the negative items from their credit report. So that's where it comes down to knowing the services and knowing what to recommend when it's best for the client. Our credit attorneys. We often get, and our clients often get, legal documentation, or they call us when it's kind of at the end of something, when they're on that at their wit's end. We need to know when it's time to step in from the very beginning. So when they receive that legal documentation that want to move forward with litigation on their behalf, we have to help them contact the credit attorneys immediately. We have to help them contact credit attorneys immediately. They may take up to 24 hours in order to reach back out to the clients. So you want to disclose that, give that disclaimer. Yes, we're going to help you to the best of our ability, but it can take up to 24 hours in order for them to reach back out to you. But hey, we have services that they don't have to pay an attorney for. So when you point that out, it's like, yeah, all of this is included. Again, another benefit. Imagine someone being stressed out because they received this letter in the mail and now they feel a certain sign of relief. And even if ultimately, yes, the goal is to be able to help them and step in and resolve the issue. But remember, we can't guarantee anything, right? So even if we cannot guarantee that, that still is fine. I promise you, because what the client wants to see is that you made the effort. That's what they want to see. You made the effort. They want to feel that that $89 or $69 or $49 a month is not in vain. Because remember, they're already on a budget. So now they've just included something else as a part of their budget. So you want to remind them that it's worth it. And this is what they're getting as a result of it. our credit monitoring now with UltraScore. It's amazing. If you had not, I know amazing is my word, right? If you hadn't enrolled in it yet, go ahead and leverage that. We have clients that's paying $39, $40 a month to have credit monitoring outside of the $89 that they're paying. But if they are on a budget, which 90% of them are, that reaches out to us to begin with, right? If they are on a budget, would that not be great for them to say, for you to say, hey, keep this extra $40, go ahead and cancel it. I got you, don't worry about it. Because included with your services, you can monitor all 3 credit bureaus. You can see what your score is. This is what we have the ability to do for you. It's included with your services. And on top of that, we take it a step further, that with every round of letters, we tell you how many letters, how many items were included on that first, how many items were disputed and accounts were included on that first round of letters. This is what was deleted. How many round was included on the second round of dispute letters. This is what was deleted. And so on and so forth. So it gives them comfort. So imagine if you went straight to credit monitoring when you help them enroll. Yes, nothing's going to be up there as other than their credit scores, right? But maybe that might be a 2-month call. They're 2 months in. So, hey, I'm just calling to check on you. How's everything going? Don't forget to send out or a text message. Who knows? Because it all works. It's communication. Guys, it's engagement. All they want is engagement. And they don't want to feel, no one wants to feel that they've been brushed to the side. No one. So typically, I would say every 3 months, but in our world, they start calling after 2 weeks. So honestly, cut it short. Reach back out to them. I would say 2 weeks for me. I do 2 and 2. 2 weeks, 2 months. Those 2 months would typically get them over. And then again, maybe another 2 months. So I'm 2 and 2. But it works. And then they still feel comfort in knowing. And I honestly, when I'm going through the process, I say, hey, we're one step closer to that housewarming that I just invited myself to. And they get excited all over again. Reaching out to them resets the clock. It resets the clock every single time. That's what you want to do. Our debt payoff tool. We have an amazing debt payoff tool. You can plan to pay down your debt using your existing income. None of this is involving consolidation loans or any outside resources other than what you already have. We don't want to put anybody in any more of a stressful situation. Now we have to try to figure out how we're going to do this. And, I'm partnered with a lender. They're going to help out, but no, don't do that to them. Which means because now they're going to have another outside lender is going to add another inquiry on their credit report, even though their credit is not the best, right? Now they're going to have higher interest rates. So it's not what's best for them. Utilize the debt payoff tool. Actually utilize it. When they say they're going to do it, say, okay, I'm going to call back and check on you. I'm going to call and put the preset message in your phone. Put the preset text message in your phone at that moment, because we know you will not remember to call and check on them. We know it. We don't. We move too much, right? The goal is to enroll customers and enroll agents, but it's also to provide great customer service. If we don't do that, we will not have any customers or agents to enroll. That's just the bottom line to it. Our insurance, our life insurance, it's available to any active 1099 paid UCES agents. We have the ability to protect your family in the event of death and assist with expenses even when you're not around. Life insurance is life insurance. How many of us, we talk about it all the time, how many of us hear about these GoFundMe accounts? Keisha and I were just talking about that. One of my mentors, we were just talking about last night, a 3-year-old, guys, a 3-year-old was shot in the face. The dad is on Facebook asking for money to bury his child. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. It's heartening. It brings tears to my heart. Now he doesn't know how to bury his child. But how many of us, that's That's sad because we're thinking it's a child. But honestly, even if it wasn't a child, imagine not being able to bury your loved one because it was a lack of money, or you couldn't bury them in a timely manner. Because so it couldn't be 1 week whenever you have services, or however many, whatever you're accustomed to. And now it has to be 2 weeks because they're trying to scrounge money up between family members, and arguments happen, and we know how that can be. And it's added stress on your family, added stress on your family. So imagine speaking to someone, and that someone that you're speaking to, they're already telling you how difficult life is. They're only getting paid $9 an hour. A client yesterday, $9 an hour. Her goal, she's going to become an agent, obviously. Her goal was to get paid $10 an hour, y'all, just so she didn't have to live paycheck to paycheck. She doesn't have, her benefits is direct deposit. She didn't get life insurance on her job. It was not available. Medical was not an option for her. So imagine being able to say, hey, not only can we add that additional income in your household so you can afford to get additional insurance or buy what you need if you need it, but we're also providing life insurance. And guess what? Honestly, if you pay $299, guess what? Let's enroll 5 people. You don't have to worry about paying life insurance as long as you are with the company. Now you have that income, and I'm giving you $100,000 in life insurance. So you understand what I'm telling you? Allow them to see the value in what it is that you're offering. Allow them, because we say it, but do we emphasize it? Do they hear it? They don't always hear it. So we want to point certain things out without, of course, going overboard and just having the vomit of the mouth and just, saying everything. Listen to what they need. Listen to what they need. They're telling you their why. If they're talking about children, they need life insurance. I promise you they do. They do. If they're telling you that they have a spouse, they need life insurance, because if anything happens, who's going to take care of the house? Who's going to upkeep everything? Remember, everything's based off of 2 incomes. If they're saying they have a spouse, if they have kids, who's going to look out for the well-being of the kids? Who's going to do it? So it's your responsibility. Play on their heartstrings. They need to hear it sometimes, because people who don't accept reality that certain things they need, remember, they weren't taught this. So it's our job to educate them. Our financial lockbox. With this financial lockbox, we have the ability to put all of our important documents in there and give one person access outside of each other. That's extremely important in the event something happens to us. It's extremely important. So we live in a state nowadays, it seems like something is always jumping off somewhere, and it happens fast, between hurricanes, between blizzards, but it's just so much going on. And now we're going into hurricane season. We're here in the South. It's supposed to be terrible again, like it wasn't terrible before, right? So imagine not being able to access everything, and you're rounding around, trying to get paperwork and not even get paperwork, because a lot of people don't even necessarily think about that stuff. You tend to think your house is going to be okay when you come back to it. So they're getting belongings, they're getting clothes to be able to leave. They're not thinking about that paperwork. They're not thinking about the Social Security cards, the birth certificates. That's important matters. That's important things. So imagine helping them understand the value of having it scanned and put in your financial lockbox before an emergency happens. We want to be proactive, not reactive. So imagine being able to go over that with them, as well as ourselves, because remember, we are customers first. Net worth. Net worth is great. I want my net worth to continuously go up. So as I'm adding to my net worth, as I'm paying off other debt and acquiring new investments, my personal goals, my net worth will go up, right? Same thing for you, same thing for certain clients. It depends on who you're talking to, because remember, not all of our clients are in a situation where they're in a 600 or less credit score. Not everybody has less than 700 credit score. Some people actually want to take advantage of our Allstate, of our identity protection, and take advantage of, everything, the savings tool. Some people want to take advantage of everything that we have available to them, because guess what? They were paying outside sources anyway. So when you ask the right questions, you can help them determine whether, wait a minute, I'm paying X amount of dollars to Allstate for, or whomever this particular company is, to monitor my identity, because we know that's on an uprise right now, right? Identity theft is crazy. You want to help an elderly person enroll? Talk to them about identity theft protection. It's unbelievable because they live in the banks, because they're scared for every single thing. They answer emails that they shouldn't. The identity protection, excuse me, and I'll go back to net worth, of course. The identity protection covers everything, but we don't want somebody's value to go down because someone stole their identity. So now imagine how many years it can take to clean that up. We have all of this available to us. The identity protection is going to help them keep their network in place. It helps us keep intact exactly what's an asset versus a liability. Everything coincides with one another. We just have to know how to allow and how to communicate that with our agents, with our clients as well. Our savings tool, as we're getting the debt down with our debt elimination tool, as we're doing certain things, we're putting certain things aside. You have the ability to have a number of different savings tools, more than one. You may want to put one for vacation, because honestly, as you're paying certain debt down, you may not necessarily had the ability previously to go on vacation or take the kids somewhere. So that is a huge reward for a lot of parents. You want the house, right? So make that another one. It may be a small vacation, but your big savings goal is for your house. Help them set that up. Talk to them, actually show them where it's located. Show them where it's located. And if they say, oh no, I'm gonna have to do that, set it in your phone to text them. Set it on auto text, auto reply, whatever it is that whatever device that you have in Androids, we have the ability to set up a scheduled text message. Set it up. Reach back out to them. Say, hey, I know this was your goal. Don't forget to go ahead and take a look at it. They will feel that we're looking at this and they didn't set it up. We know we didn't look at it, but they will feel that we looked at it. They will feel that, which makes them honestly feel more secure at the same time. And they, again, feel more invested. The will and trust. We say it time and time again after a number of trainings. Will and trust, one of the most expensive things that we have to offer a client. I personally have not met an attorney that charges a retainer less than $2,000 for a will. If you have, beautiful. I can promise it's not much less if you did. So this alone is valued thousands of dollars. This alone will cover the clients. It will give a sense of security, a sense of stability in their new home that they're trying to get, in their life that they have right now. They have kids. What's the plan? What's the plan? Help them see that everything is in place. It will allow them to put who should be the beneficiary, who is the fiduciary beneficiaries in the event something happened to you and your spouse at the same time. It walks them through it. It asks them intense questions. It's nothing that you personally have to go through with them. It asks them an intense number of questions to deep dive into that. The goal is to educate them. We don't have to sit there and hold their hands. Trust me, I promise you we don't, because it's going to take time for them to fill out the will and trust questionnaire. It will take time. So let them know, hey, if anything, again, after you speak to them about that, reach back out to them, set a text message. Hey, just making sure that you didn't forget about your will and trust document. Did you answer all the questions so we can go ahead and have that set up for you? They'll be happy that you reminded them. Then, of course, our amazing YFL Family Mint. Guys, we have the ability to educate our youth at home with our online financial program. At home. It's an advantage. It's something that we can leverage that we didn't have. We don't want our children to be where we were when we got started. We don't want that. We want to educate them. We want to give them the power. They're already more advanced with technology, right? Honestly, give them this, they're going to soar. They're going to soar. My kids, my 10-year-olds and my 6-year-old, they have bank accounts. They have checking accounts. They can't enroll in YFL right now, but it's okay, because guess what? Right now with their current bank accounts, I promise they are adding every single dime, and making sure mom is not taking their money, which I don't understand considering I'm the one who gave it to them. But that's another story. But help them understand. That's our goal as parents, as agents, as customers, as educators, right? That's our job. Regardless of what we do and what field we're in, we are educators. We are the experts. We're the experts. We want to show our customers their value, because they are valuable to us. But we also want to let them know that we are valuable to them as well. We have to let them know that we are valuable to them as well. They will come back. They will send referrals as a result of it. And ultimately, our pay is gonna reflect anyway. So that 6-figure income can obviously come much, much sooner than what we even expect. So with that being said, does anyone have any questions? Awesome. Well, it was a blessing. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. It was a blessing to be able to speak with you all tonight. Reach back out to us if you did have any other questions. I'm open to it. It's what I like to do. I feel validated when I have the ability to help my agents, to help other agents. We are a family. Jamal's right here. Mr. Ambassador, did you have anything that you would like to say before we get off the line, before we end the call?
And so guys, before I do get off, I do got one more piece. So guys, hey, drop a 1 in the chat if you want some more value before we finish this up. We got a little bit more to go. We got something that's called how to close customers. Who wants to know how we go about closing customers? Hey, drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready for that. And who I have right now is a young lady who's come on in this industry in a short time. She has been just a light. She's been leading the way. Once she found a platform, once she found that ability to lead with the heart, she's been talking to everybody. So I'm gonna allow her to come on. I think she got over 18 customer acquisitions this month so far. She just been out here just signing people up left and right. Miss Sparkle, did you make it on the call tonight?
I sure did. Jamal. I'm actually right now with my daughter. We're actually on the way to a concert. But when Jamal tapped in with me, he said, hey, I need you to get on the line. Let's go ahead and just get with our people. Let's go ahead and just have a conversation and just let them know what you've been doing. And I said, okay, I'll make time. I'm gonna get on right now. So that's what I wanted to do. You guys, I want to make sure that you guys know we are all kings and queens, and we have the ability to do anything we put our mind to. Okay, God is with us. We are able to do it. When we get on that phone call, we already have in the mindset in our mind that this is going to be a customer that's going to be not just a customer, they're family now. You have to have a heart to lead and say, you know what, I'm going to take this customer in and lead them to a situation where they're going to get into a better overall financial situation. And that's what we want to do. We want to lead with our heart first, and everything else follows. The money's going to come. That's always going to be something that comes. But when you have a heart in it, your customers are going to look out for you. They're going to give referrals. They're going to refer their family. Hey, girl, my cousin want to talk to you. Okay, give them my number. And they calling you. Okay, I make sure to tap in with my customers every couple of days just to check in with them. And if they're a future or potential customer, I'm tapping in with people just to say, hey, how are you doing? Giving a warm greeting and just be genuinely, I really want to look out for people and I want to hear about how people are doing. I got customers that's in a hospital. I check up on her every couple of days. Hey, how you feeling? How are you doing? Because I really want to make sure that she's okay. And that's what we do. We look out for our people because we're not just in this to make money. We're in this to look after people. Okay. So I love, and if I have agents, I have people that are my downline, I say, put me on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind doing a 3-way call. And Daniel put that out last night with some training, and it's very pivotal. Make sure to get with your upline. It's okay. You don't feel like you bothered anybody. Don't feel like you're burdening anybody. You're not. Everybody in this business, we want each and everybody to win. So I tell my agents, hey, tap in with me. Put down on my calendar whoever you want me to talk to, because my goal is to make sure anybody in my team, anybody that is literally in the business, we have the ability to win, and I'm accessible. So if you have any questions, agents hit me up all the time. Hey, what did you do? What did you do here? Well, how do you do? Hey, we need to tap in with each other. Don't be afraid to ask a question, because we all need each other when it comes to this business. We are a team. We are family. And we can't be afraid to step out and say, hey, you know what? I just need a little help. And I love the fact that in this business, we look out for each other. If somebody is not feeling too well, we tap in with them. Hey, everything's going to be okay. Give them a word of encouragement. Okay? Because we can't sit here and feel like no one should feel like they're alone in this business. Never should anybody feel like they're alone. Okay? I just wanted to get into the call. I'm heading into this concert with my daughter, and I just thank you guys for the opportunity to be able to tap in tonight. And I appreciate Jamal for giving me the time and the space. You guys all have a good evening.
Hey, I mean, y'all see the energy, right? Y'all see the excitement, like that. I mean, you lead with that, and you're gonna be successful. So I mean, the passion you can see from a mile away. You hear it in her voice, the conviction. A rock star, going for sales director, gonna get sales director tomorrow. It's a go. We gonna go tomorrow. So super excited for her. I mean, a month in, guys, a month and some change in. And she's doing some pretty amazing things. So congratulations to you. Shout out to you, Sparkle, for being, just again, for shining your light and allowing everybody else to see what you're doing to be successful. So look, real quick, I'm not going to be long with it. Unless y'all want me to be, I can do it. But look, I'm about to go into this customer close real quick, how we go about closing customers, how we're teaching people on how to be a top leader at closing. You want to put yourself on that leaderboard? Work on this process, and I promise you, it'll help increase your close rate and put you in a position where you're on there. You want to close those cabs, you want to get more customers, practice this with your mom, brother, anybody who you can practice with in front of the mirror. Start practicing this, and I promise you'll be successful. So I'm gonna do this real quick. I don't try to take up too much of your time. Hey, if y'all want to stay and do some role playing afterwards, we can do that as well. It's Friday. I ain't got nothing to do. So look. Let's go. Let me share this with you. Boom, custom acquisition over the phone. Look, one thing is essential when you are closing these customers, guys. A lot of us are coming out here afraid to have a conversation. Guys, the close rate when you have over the phone increases so much higher. I think my close rate over the phone is over 70%, something like that. And then over Messenger is good, but it's not over 70%. So guys, get them over the phone, understand how to get that feeling, how to understand the effects of the call, and you can really get that person close because it's like an energy transfer, right? So anytime you're doing this, it's like a value transfer. And you can do that so much better when you're using your tones, when you're losing the feeling, when you empathize with somebody over the phone, you can do that so much better, and you can go out there and get that close. So look, what we have here is a very, very simple system, right? So we got 3 keys to the close, right? Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it stupid, simple. My coach used to say it the other way around. Excuse me. He used to always tell me to keep it simple, stupid. But so keep it simple, stupid, right? So you want to definitely do that, guys. This is a simple process. And you want to let the person know that this is a very simple process in what we do. We don't want to make it hard. We're going to get right to the point, and then you want to have empathy with it, right? You want to show that you care. Anybody that you talk to, okay, again, we say this all the time. Everybody was not taught financial literacy. We cannot blame somebody for ignorance, right? So look, you want to show that empathy in whatever situation they have going on. So they put down those walls and they can receive whatever you're going to give them, right? So show empathy in your tones, right? Match whatever they're doing, right? So if they have a tone of excitement, then you match that tone. But you lower it and you increase, and you learn how to use that tonality to get through those walls and be effective. And then on the third, you want to be extremely confident. Ensure with absolute certainty, it is not saying 100% that we're going to get this done, but have the confidence in the posture that whatever you got going on, we're going to be able to get that done for you, right? And back that up with facts and let them know, this is what we're doing. So, and this is going to play into what we both, me and Ms. Latoya went over, was how to get somebody into that close, right? How to have that posture, have that confidence to get somebody. So if you know the whole protection plan, anything that they give to you, guys, you're gonna have to answer because everything is covered in there. No matter what they got going on, whether they have had their identity stolen, whether they have a bad credit, whether they have had high debt, their debt to income ratio is too high. You have the solution to any problem that they do have financially, but you got to know that protection plan. So have that extreme confidence. It's going to build that up for you. And then you want to stay on this line, guys. You want to identify the goal and the time first. The good thing, and that's why I went over having Credit Karma first. Get that Credit Karma report from them so you can evaluate that before you really get started. And then as you come in, you pick up the phone, have that conversation. You want to identify the goal and the time frame that they're trying to make that goal happen. 95% of the time it's a house or car. Some people do just want their buying power back, but you want to identify that. How soon are you trying to make it happen? Because the sooner they do it, the more pressure you can put on them. Hey, we need to get this started now. And you want to identify negative items and positive items. Why? Because that's going to tell you what's going on with their credit, right? So, so you will have the report, but you want to let them know kind of in the conversation, what's going on. Do you have any positive credit lines? How much do you really know about your credit? How much do you really care about your credit? These things are happening in the conversation. So then you can go into the simple, how the process works, right? So the process is this, right? We leverage the Fair Credit Reporting Act passed by Congress that prevents the credit bureaus from intruding on people's personal lives. Based on that, we are able to dispute any negative item, whether it be any negative, duplicate, or inaccurate item on the credit report, whether it be bankruptcies, repossessions, foreclosures, student loans, medical bills, charge-offs. It truly doesn't matter. Those negative items can be removed. Now, I will throw this caveat in there just for future reference and information. If it's an open bankruptcy, don't be telling people you can get open bankruptcy removed. You're not going to. So just for memorization to say, we told you, we do say everything, open bankruptcy, that ain't coming off. So, but here, the process is super simple. We will dispute all negative items to be deleted or updated to reflect paid as agreed. We will pull your credit report, perform a detailed analysis, then dispute every negative item on your report at the same time with all three credit agencies, creating a quick turnaround. You'll see results in 30 to 45 days, but to truly optimize these services, we suggest up to 3 to 6 months, all right? So that's gonna let them know the process. Do you understand this? Do you understand the process? Yes. So then you go back down to the straight line, right? So then you wanna let them know what services come with it, right? So that's why it's important to know the protection plan, right? So you can hear what things they got going on. But what we like to say at first, when you first come on, pick 3 to 5 services that you relate to the most, that you think are the best ones, right? Use those 3 from this protection plan. The ones I like to use are identity monitoring because it has a value to it, the will and trust because it has a value to it, and I kind of alternate depending on what's going on with whatever they have going on. But I use a financial lockbox as well a lot of times because, again, it's about money. So I like those high value items. A credit attorney, that could cost a lot of money and things of that nature. So I can use that as well. So you want to, again, use those to add value to what you got going on, right? Because a lot of people are always saying, man, 189 is a lot for somebody to pay. Guys, 189 is not a lot for all the services that they're getting. You just got to add value, have confidence when you're saying it. Guys, and people out here charging $500, $600, $1,000 up front for credit restoration. What's 189? And that's just the credit repair process. All this other stuff did not come with it. So guys, you got to have that confidence, add that value to what you got going on. And then it's like clockwork. So you want to go over that, give them that. Then you want to go to the price. Let them know it's $89 a month for months 1 through 3, $69 for months 3 through 6. I really don't go past 12. I mean, if it has to get into the conversation, cool, but I don't usually go past that. Well, I think that's 3 to 12 months. It should be. There's no contracts. You know, we let them know we recommend it from 3 to 6 months. This is a one-time activation fee of $99 to get started today. You send them the link. My bad, I'm acting up right now. You send them the link and you get them started, then you quiet as a mouse, right? You won't want to say nothing. You want to send that out there, like, hey, are you ready to get, like, let's get you started right now with confidence. Let's go. Hey, I'm sending the link. Hey, did you get the link? Hey, let's get you enrolled. And then if you do happen to have a rebuttal, we have rebuttals for you. You know, look, you can always use the discount, especially the discount combined with the power of 5. Super powerful way to go about getting somebody enrolled. You know, look, I'm having a Facebook special. You know, I really want to get you started right now. You seem like credit repair is very important to you. Look, if you make a post for me on your services, about these services, I will take $50 off for you to get started. I can only do this for tonight. You know, it only lasts 12 hours. That's all I can do it for. So if you're ready to get started right now, you really want to save some money, hey, I'll make sure that, you know, we get that voucher for you and get you started. You know, they say, well, what's the difference between you and Lexington Law? Easy. Man, we're gonna first off, we offer more services than they do. We got a full protection plan that's not only going to help you with your credit, but with your financial freedom and your financial future in general. You know, we're going to go all 3 credit bureaus, all negative items. They have a 2-year plan to keep you on that credit repair. We're trying to get that thing done in 3 to 6 months, put you in a position of success, and also educate you on how to handle this. Just in case it ever happens again, you in a situation, we're going to give you the education piece to help yourself so you don't have to get started. So, and then also when you get that rebuttal, again, you want to be quiet as a mouse. Because guys, what you want to do is build that tension to let them know, okay, look, so the first one talks, that's the first person who loses. So you want to build that tension, let them say something, because what they're going to do is they're going to either tell you, you know, yes, because the tension's there, or they're going to spit and tell you, you know, spit out everything and tell you exactly how you're going to close them, because they're going to give you the reason why. So you don't want to say anything. You want to be quiet until they give you that response. Let that tension build, and then you go out, give another rebuttal if necessary, and let's go out here and be successful. So what I want to do really, 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 really quickly is definitely want to go over this with somebody, so y'all can just, you know, hear a live close. So definitely drop a 1 in the chat if you want to be my customer, right? Who got me? Who gonna be the customer? Who gonna be the potential? All right, Miss.
I got you.
Who got me? Kayla, you got me?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. All right. So this is a situation. Me and Kayla was talking on Facebook. She made a comment to a trial run. She said me. So I responded to her. I gave her the check your inbox. Went to an inbox. You know, we had a quick little conversation. I actually got her Credit Karma report already. So now we're just going to go over it. I'm about to give her the call right now. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, is this Kayla Best?
Yes, this is her.
Hey, how you doing? This is Jamal Payne speaking. I really hope that you had a great day.
I did. Thank you. I hope you had a great day as well.
Awesome, awesome. So look, we spoke earlier on you know, you want to get your credit repaired. So first thing I want to do definitely is introduce myself so we're not complete strangers. Go over your credit, go over the services, and then let's see if we can put you in a position of success that you were looking for to make happen, okay?
That sounds good.
Awesome. Well, my name again is Jamal Payne. I've been doing amazing things, helping people. I truly love to lead with my heart. So, you know, luckily enough for me, I've been able to hit people get 100 to 200 plus point increases in an average of 3 to 5 months. It's truly been a blessing to help others. Me personally, I'm a product of this product as well. The same services took me from having a 500 credit score to over 700. So I want to lead and help others get that same success. And I truly want to start with you and helping you make your goals happen. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. So look, first thing, you know, most people want to get their credit repair, have a goal in mind, right? You know, what do you have a goal in mind, like buying a home, getting a car, or even starting your own business? Do any of those ring a bell?
Yeah, I actually want to buy a home in the next year.
Okay, in the next year. Awesome, awesome. Hey, congratulations on making that happen. Ahead of time, 100%. Home ownership is definitely essential. It's the American dream to get your own home. So I want to, affirm that and make sure that happens. So also, next thing I want to do is go over your credit. I'm looking at your Credit Karma report. You have a few negative items. Do you know what those are offhand?
Not really. I mean, I know I have a credit card that went into collections, but that's really it.
Okay, you had a credit card that went into collections. Definitely understand that. A lot of times, things like that happen. Especially during these times where these bills are piling up. But it's nothing to be to worry about. We're definitely going to get you straight in a position of success with that. And we got a team of credit attorneys who we actually leverage the Fair Credit Reporting Act that's going to help you get those negative items taken care of and removed for you. So that ain't something you're going to have to worry about. And just by doing that process, it's going to give you a credit boost, right? And it's only going to be 5 to 7 weeks to make that happen. So it's a super great thing that we're going to have to put you in that position of success. But not only is credit the removal of negative items, but we also got to build as well. Do you have any positive credit lines on your report as well, like a credit card? Are you paying, do you have any loans out or anything like that?
No, I really can't get approved for any credit cards.
Oh man, yeah, it's crazy that you're trying to build your credit, but you never can get approved for a credit card, right? But see, what we have is a solution for you, Kayla. We offer 100% guarantee approval on credit cards for you, and I'll actually walk you through that process so we can help build your credit as well, because that's what's going to be the thing that's going to actually get you to those 680, 700, 750 credit scores. Is how to build properly your credit score, and I'm gonna help you do that. All right?
Okay.
Awesome. So again, the process that we're going to use to get you there, I went over a little bit before, but man, it's just super simple. We're going to leverage that Fair Credit Reporting Act. Dispute. We're going to go through your file with a fine-tooth comb, to see any negative or derogatory items on there. Dispute to get those things removed. Give you that boost that you're looking for. 5 to 7 weeks. Put you in a position of success. We do say, it's going to take about 3 to 5 months to optimize the services. To put you in that position of success as high as possible, and also educate you how to keep it there. That sound good to you?
Yes, that sounds good.
Awesome. Also, you're going to get so much more than just credit repair with these services. You're going to get a full protection plan that's going to help build a base for your finances. The services that you get are going to be $1 million in identity fraud and scam protection. Have you ever been a victim of fraud before, or identity theft?
No, I haven't.
Understandable, ma'am. I've definitely had mine stolen. We had a lady that had $40,000 stolen at her account. Literally within 3 weeks, we had all that money replaced back to her, because we out here protecting people. The higher we get your credit score, the more people want to get it, and we're going to protect it as well. We also have a financial lockbox, 24/7 credit monitoring, and several other things that are going to allow you and help you grow, build, and protect your credit and your finances in general, to put you in a position of success. You tracking with me? Everything good so far?
Yeah, everything's good.
Awesome. So look, the last thing we got to do is, of course, go over that price point. And a lot of people are charging a lot of money for credit restoration. We're putting people in a position of success for a very inexpensive price point. Only $89 a month for months 1 through 3 to get started in the services. Less than $100, you can start getting your credit repaired. $69 if it takes anything longer than those 3 months. We're actually going to drop the price for you and add additional services, because look, we're making things happen in a very quick and efficient way. Now, there is a $99 activation fee upon that, so it's $188 to get started today. But look, with what we have going on, the way we're going to build this out, put you in that position, 700 plus is what we're shooting after. We're going to make that happen for you. And, we're going to celebrate you being in that home. Now, there is no contract, so you can definitely get off at any time. We get the score to where you're looking to. You can cancel the service. You don't have to pay anything else. So look, I'm really definitely ready to get you started, get you enrolled. Check your Facebook real quick. I think I sent you the link for you to go ahead and get started. You see that link?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, go ahead and click that. I want to make sure it works.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, look, go ahead and start filling that out. We're going to get started with this, and I'll be here on the phone with you to get your walkthrough going and make sure that you understand everything and how this process is going to work. All right?
Yeah, I just don't have the full 188 today though.
Oh, man, definitely understand that. Look, we are a place that believes in financial, responsibility. So, we don't want, it's very, difficult to come outside of your budget for something that you didn't see that was expected. So I definitely understand that. But from listening to you and having this conversation with you, I really can tell that, your credit, getting your credit where it want to be, and you getting to that home is very important to you. And we all know, the number one thing to get ahead is getting started. So I'm going to help you get started because I understand that you don't have that 188. So look, I don't have many of these, but I do have 3 vouchers left that I can take $50 off of that 189, right? So I take $50 off. I only got 3. And I'm doing a special tonight. So I don't know how long this is going to last. So I really want to get you started. And in return, all you're going to have to do is make a simple post on your social media if you have one, refer some people over to me. And also, I'm going to put in so that you actually if you get 5 referrals that get signed up, in turn, next month, your services will be for free. So I'm going to give you a $50 discount and help you get your services for free. All you got to do is refer them to me. I have the conversation, close them, and you're good to go. Now, again, this only lasts for a certain amount of time, so I really want to get you started. So, hey, look, can you make that happen if I can get that voucher for you?
Yes, I can actually make that happen.
All right. So look, cancel that one. I'm about to get this voucher, get this new link for you, send that out to you, and let's go ahead and get started. All right.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Sounds good. So that's kind of how I go about me walking through this line to get them from a 1 or wherever they at to the close, which is at a 10. So if anybody does, Daryl, we're gonna stay on and do some training with this, or we gonna close it out?
Yeah, we can close it. We can revert to it tomorrow. I was thinking what I'm gonna start doing is like doing daily role playing as well, probably like at 5 p.m. Central, what have you. So we'll just get it back started tomorrow.
Sounds good. So